All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome to episode 4 of our Tassi Farms Dairy Empire gameplay series. I am the Ultra Farmer, and what do we got going on right now? We are just doing another cultivating contract. Excuse me. So, the field, if you're with us from last episode, what we did is we did a bunch of contracts. We ended up having a big cultivating contract kind of at the end of the season, or at the end of the episode, rather. And this field, actually, that I'm cultivating right now, was a field that we baled in the last episode. We got one of the contracts to do some baling. And yeah, if you remember it, this was the field that we actually baled. And when I finished the last episode, I ended up finishing cultivating that other field. And I went, got everything kind of back to the farm, and then I slept through into September. So we are now into September, and yeah, this field came up as it needed to be cultivated, and it's like 20 grand, or is it? Maybe it'll tell us. Let's go look real quick. Yes, 20,000. I thought for a second maybe it was 22,000, but yes, 20,000. And so I figured I got to do it, but I also didn't want to make you guys sit through another cultivating time lapse. Like, don't get me wrong, there's going to be more cultivating contracts or time lapses most likely in the future, but I figured, I would just kind of get this one started and yeah, I just wanted to start this episode, when I'm almost done it, which I am almost done this one, and it took a really long time. Really long time, but also, if I'm being honest, I did use an AI worker for a bit of it, but I basically had to do a lot of it because they kept getting like just wrapped around these trees, and it was like a bit of a gong show. And there's like these two trees here, and then a couple power lines. There's one down at the bottom corner over there. Blah blah blah. Long story short, the AI workers sometimes are awesome, and sometimes it's just a little bit of a pain. Okay, go through here, pull this up, see if I can get myself spun around. But we're looking pretty good. So what do we got on the books this episode? Well, obviously I'm going to finish this contract if I can back this cultivating unit up properly. But I'm going to finish this contract, and then we're going to head over back to the farm, and we've got like some actual of our own farming to do. Finally, the grass is growing on both of our fields, grown enough that we can harvest. And there we go. Contract finished. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't let us finish the whole thing. I even went out after last. I tried to go like the mod that allows you to finish the fields. I don't know. For some reason, I just can't get it to download. Like I don't know if it's just a weird glitch with that mod or they just got to do some sort of an update to it. Every time I try and download it, it just kind of it tries for like 5 minutes and then it just jams out and doesn't download. So I'm not too sure, but yeah, I wish that one would work because I want to just finish those fields. But okay, yes, as you can see, our field to the right is good to go. It is ready to rock. Hold on one sec. Let's complete that task. Okay. Okay, actually, let's go look and see if there are any other. Okay, harvesting contracts. So just like real quick, that's this field 20. We can't do harvesting contracts because we don't have the equipment to do it, but all these fields are gonna, what do you got to do after you harvest, right? You got to cultivate. So I'm thinking those fields eventually will pop up for a contract, and they're pretty big fields. So hopefully we can get that plow. We've got a plowing contract down over here. It's 2 grand. Okay, I'll see at the end of this episode if this is still kicking on here. Maybe we'll run over and do it. But right now, I don't want to make that really a priority just for 2,700 bucks. Because we're finally, we finally got a little bit of cash. It feels like we're at 14 grand there. I know we weren't at 14 grand for a while, but it felt like we had $0. So now we have a little bit of room to breathe. I can't waste that much money. Fuel. Maybe we'll get 1,000 liters. Okay. And let's fuel this tractor up. Yeah, it looks like it's still fueling up. Okay. So yeah, we gotta cut and bale we got to cut and bale. That's what we really got to do. And we also, I think I'm gonna shop for uh, some animals. I think we're gonna buy some cattle because I didn't really expect us to have this much cash right now. I kind of thought it'd be a slower winter and we'd be kind of scraping to get to like 40 or 50K, but that's not the case. So we could potentially buy some animals, which we'll definitely do. I don't know if we'll do this episode or potentially next. Doesn't really matter, but before the winter, we'll get some cattle in the field, which will be awesome. So what I'm gonna do is I want to cut this field first, because then we're gonna ted this field, and this is gonna be all hay. We're gonna fill the hayloft. I don't know if I'm actually gonna bale any of this. It just depends how much I can fit in the hayloft. But okay, let's go like this. And yeah, we'll start with the headlands. Okay. Godspeed. All right, let's fire this tractor up. But yeah, I want to fill the hayloft. Actually, I should maybe go grab the baler then if we're not going to bale this field. I kind of forgot about that. We're going to use the forage wagon and fill up that forage wagon a bunch of times and see. I know that hayloft will fit 250,000 liters of hay. So it'll be kind of a good gauge to see what we get off this field. Let's grab this guy and get him out of here. Because this field is just about 5 acres. So we'd have a good idea of kind of like what we're going to get off each field. Blah, blah, blah. You guys know what I'm talking about. So let's pull this baler to the other field, because that's actually where we're going to need it. And then what I want to do is I want to go back over and I want to get set up. Drop this guy off right there. Kind of in the middle of the way, but oh well. I want to hook onto our bale trailer. And I think we're going to spend a little bit of cash. See, I'd like to cut this tree out of here as well, too. I think I might do that and get that tree removed. Just kind of right out of our zone. Piles of garbage. Okay, let's hook onto this trailer. I'm just going to pull it out of the way over here for now. Right there is fine. Okay, so here's my thoughts. If we come into silos, is technically where it is. And this thing right here, it's 5 grand. It'll hold 250 bales. And I'm thinking, what am I thinking? Somewhere like in here. Gotta spin this around. I can't really see it that well. Let's bring it out here. Okay, we want the drop off is there, so we want it spun like that, I think. Right? Is that how I want it? And so my thought was we could kind of keep it. I can't really see it that good. I think what I might have to do is hop out here. And let's get rid of these trees. So that should turn red, and this should make this tree disappear. Okay, let's go do that to this guy over here as well. And then, because I want to be able to put that away. I want to be able to like pull in through here with the trailer and be able to drop off. And then even if you spin around, if we have to pick some up, and I want to be close enough to the barn that we can pull pallets out and feed the animals like relatively easily. So I'm like thinking in this area, like right here ish. I can't really see. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go. Let's extend some gravel here. Something like that. So at least we can see what we got shaken down here. And we got to go into silos. We got to come down to... Where's the sweet spot? Okay, so that's not too bad right there, but we do have that pile of garbage that's kind of in our way, which I can clean that garbage up. I'm thinking I'm just going to put it right there for now. For now. And we will clean up this pile of garbage. Sell it. $7 for that garbage. Absolutely. Okay. Now, I kind of want to clean up some of this other area. Oh. Let's make this a little bit bigger here. Just so we can see what's shaken down a little bit better. There we go. Okay. We got some bale storage area. We'll try and match our texture here. What do you guys think? A little Picasso action. This looks like some really good dirt. Okay. There. That's going to be our area for bales. So, that being said, let's grab this trailer. Even though I know we're not going to bale that. Well, you know, we might have to bale. It all depends what we get off that field that's being cut right now. But we may have to. Yeah, we may have to bale some of that hay, which is fine. But I want to go grab the forage wagon right now, and we might as well drag him over to that hay field and kind of get prepped and ready to do that. Okay, there we go. Let's go see how our field's looking being cut over there. Okay, we got $75,000. Not too bad. Not too bad. Let's check in with Buddy. It's looking like he's doing a fantastic job. Sorry, she's doing a fantastic job. Unbelievable. Just giving her. This tractor's a little bit dirty. That's what we were going to do. That's what we were going to do. Okay. Hop back over here. We had another mission. A little bit more money that we were going to spend. Just a little bit more money. Where do I want to put it? Probably right here is going to be fine. Yeah, I'll probably put it right here. We need to find a pressure washer. Okay, that one there's $4,300. This one, shop area. I'm pretty sure I can just move this wherever I want, though. Alright, maybe we'll leave it right there. That's a pretty good spot for it anyways. Let's go test it out. We'll leave that there. This tractor's going to get dirty again anyways, but we might as well test her out. Let's go see how this thing works. The reason I got this one, honestly, I know it's a little bit cheaper. That really wasn't the reason. It's a mod, but you get a little bit longer of a wand. Like the other ones, the wands are so small. Like this one, you can kind of move around a little bit more. Yeah, look at the mud coming off this bad boy. Or does it spray mud? Like, what? What? What is this? What did we buy? Does this thing just make things dirtier? Let's fill up this wheelbarrow. Does it... Switch hand tool. Open power tools menu F12. What? That's not it. Okay, well, that thing sucks. So what we're gonna do... Maybe I gotta put it down. Do I gotta go... I think I gotta go like this. Yeah, okay, the Dirty Nader. I don't know. Alright, well, we might be owed a little bit of money. That's okay. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Okay, let's go back into... With this vehicle, you can make clean vehicles and tools look dirty. What? Okay, what if I... Okay, we'll put that right there. Yeah, there we go. This is more what we wanted. Okay, not really the Dirty Nader. What? Who created that mod? Like, what? Unbelievable. Alright, well, we're down a little bit of cash. No big deal. Yeah, see, this is a nice, clean tractor. This is what we were looking for. This is what we were really shooting for. Okay, let's head back over to the main grass field there, and let's go see how things are working. What we could probably do, and it probably won't interfere with anything. Let's hook onto these tethers, and we could probably do some laps. We could at least do the headlands. We'll do one headland, and then we could start doing some up downs. And by that time, this gal, sorry, will be done mowing. Okay, so let's open this. Might as well do that. All right, let's go to town here. Yeah. Nice. We are finally cutting and getting some hay ready. Like I'm stoked for that. I'm stoked because I didn't want to get any animals till we had food. Like they technically would have lived in there, but I guess they wouldn't have produced any milk or anything like that. But yeah, I didn't want to get any cattle till we were able to feed them. So this is perfect because now we can get some cattle. We can finally get this operation started, which feels pretty good. Also, I'm hoping that I'm right in the fact that some of these fields that are like those that have those big harvesting contracts on them, hopefully we can go cultivate them after and make some extra cash for the winter. And then again, like I said, we can buy a whole bunch more cattle in the springtime or even throughout the winter, really. It could be awesome. It could be really, really awesome. So I'm very excited. Very, very excited. Okay, what I'm going to do here, let's get this wrapped around. Now, because I want to get, as soon as this worker's done, we're going to hop in that tractor and we're going to head over to the big field and get a worker going. So, because that field's going to take a minute to cut. And then we'll be able to come back over here and keep tedding. So actually, maybe what I'm going to do, just real quick, let's just put a pause on this. Let's park this. Okay. Let's fold this up and let's head over to that other field and get someone going on that so we can get it cut. We still got to put guesses in the chat. Did anyone? I didn't check the comments to see if anyone guessed how many bales we're going to get off these fields. But we're not going to bale this one anymore, so it's going to be the guess of how many bales you think we'll get off this field. I wonder. I really, really wonder. Okay, let's go. Baylor parked right in the way. Wonder who did that. Okay, got a worker going, and we are back in the New York groove over here. Okay, I think what I'll do is I'll put on a little bit of time lapse of me finishing off this field, getting it all tedded, and I'll bring you back, and then we'll windrow it, and we'll start pulling some hay off and getting it into the hay loft. So yeah, let's do a little bit of a time lapse of me tedding this field. All right, folks, we have got our field tedded. I'm going to dodge that tree, hopefully. Jeez, I can't really see anything. There we go. I want to just park this back in the shed here, as we're probably not going to need it on that other field. I don't think, anyways, because we're just going to do that all as silage bales. So let's drop this guy off in there, and then let's go hook on to the windrowers, and let's windrow this field. I haven't windrowed anything in a while, so might be a little bit rusty here, but nah, we'll figure it out. The hay will get picked up off the field one way or the other. These windrowers don't seem too bad. I wonder how wide they are. 9 meters? Do we think they're 9 meters? Okay, let's get these bad boys fired up. And I think I'm just gonna wing it without GPS. We'll just grip it and rip it and hope for the best. Yeah, I don't really know the best way to windrow this field, but yeah, whatever. Like I said, it'll get picked up no matter what. Actually, just gonna tab over to the other tractor real quick and just see how everything's going over here. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. I'm hoping by the time I get done windrowing this field, I can just go straight over to that other one and start windrowing. But we're really getting to a point now too where there's not much I'm going to be able to do with AI workers. So maybe what I'll do is I'll set a worker to windrow that field, and then we can come back over here, grab the forage wagon, and start filling up that hay loft with a bunch of hay. It's probably going to be the most efficient way to do it. But that being said, we don't. It doesn't really matter. We could go windrow it ourselves. It's not that big of a deal. But it would be nice to just be able to grab the forage wagon, do this, and then head over with the baler and start baling. Because it's going to be a lot of work to bale that field and get all the bales wrapped. I don't really know how far we'll get on everything this episode, to be honest, but yeah, we'll get as much as we can done, and there's always episode 5. I think we'll definitely be wrapping in episode 5, and like I said, hopefully we can get a few more decent contracts. Those big cultivating contracts they're actually not too bad. It usually costs about, I would say, about $1,000 to get an AI worker to like do it for us. And so it's actually not too bad. I mean, like if it's 20 grand, right? Like if the contract's worth 20 grand, paying an AI worker $1,000 is that's pretty good value, I would say. But you really got to babysit them. It's not something you can just set and forget because there's always these power poles and these weird fields on this map, where the power lines run right through the middle of the field or trees in the middle of the field. If for some reason, which I mean, again, I don't really know how deep we'll go like with field work because I don't know. I don't know. It's too hard to say really how far what's going to happen in this series. Like if something crazy comes up, maybe we will start doing some grain or some wheat or something like that, just to supplement the incomes. But if we can get that field that's like right behind us there, that one that's got lime on it, we definitely got to like get the missed a little bit there. Jeez. We definitely got to get the trees off the middle of that field and then just like kind of reshape it a bit so it doesn't have those weird jog outs. It's just such an odd shaped field. But it would be nice to scoop up as much land around like our main base farm as we can. Yeah, I'm thinking it would be good if we could do some sort of a grain or maybe do get corn going. We could get corn going. We could always feed that and then have pigs as well. If we do some sort of a grain, it'll definitely be something that we can feed to another animal, which I just in the back of my mind I'm thinking pigs because I don't really want to do sheep just because that was like what I did on kind of my last really big series. We did sheep, so I don't really feel like doing sheep again. I don't know if I feel like doing chickens or anything like that. Definitely dairy cows. That's one thing I'm super excited about. And maybe pigs. Maybe pigs. One thing too, like I know now that there is a mod for horses where like someone will like quote unquote ride the horse for you because in the past series, like in FS 22 or something, if you were playing base game and you didn't have any mods and you wanted to do horses, you could never get your horses to 100% health unless you rode them. And like I don't know, it just seemed like such a waste of time. Like you would literally have to like say you had 50 horses, like you're going to get on and you'd have to ride them for like 30 seconds at least each. I guess that's not like that much time. But you know what I mean? Like just every day, every time you hit the sleep button, you got to go get back and ride each horse. If you got 50 of them, like I wouldn't even know which ones I've rode and which ones I hadn't rode. So more what I'm getting at is I wonder if you can make good money from horses if we were to like buy and sell them. You know what I mean? Like have some sort of like a good set of horses. I wonder if you could make good money from them using the mod where someone would ride them. Jeez, I'm just missing stuff all over the place. Because that could always be an option too. If anyone knows, does anyone know? Like, if anyone knows, can you put it in the comments section of like how much money can actually be made from horses? That's something I've never researched. Because that could be a good thing that we do in this series as well as get a stable going and start breeding some stud. There's some stallions and see if we could make some good money that way. And then we would have to get some sort of a grain going because I believe the horses will eat oats. Pretty sure. I'm just kind of thinking out loud right now, but I'm pretty sure they'll eat oats. So we could always get like even this big field that's in front of us right now. Get that going with oats. We could bale the straw if we wanted. Although you don't really make much money from baled straw. Not that I can remember at least. And I'm not too sure if our barn will produce manure. I don't know if it will. That might be something I test off camera. I might like put down it would usually tell us like when you go up to the barn and it gives you like the barn info. Jeez, I'm missing so much. That's okay though. It's straight up and down, so we could always just like hit it like a crappy windrow. But usually it'll tell you when you go up to the barn and you start looking at like the info of like the animals that you got in there, how much slurry you got in there, the food and all that stuff, the meadow. It'll tell you like um, the amount of manure. And for some reason, I don't remember it saying that with our particular barn. So I don't know. Something I'll have to check into and see. It would be nice just to have so we can fertilize our fields. Is more what I'm thinking. It'd be nice to have a good regenerative farm. You know what I mean? Okay, I will just get the last of this wind road, and then I'll bring you guys back once I got the forage wagon kind of set up, and I got someone windrowing that other field. So I'll bring you back in just one sec. Okay, we are just getting finished up here. So both fields are officially cut, which is awesome. I'm just gonna come over kind of to our shop area here. I'm gonna drop this mower right here because I do want to pressure wash it before we kind of put it away for the winter because I don't think we'll get another cut October, November. I mean, maybe we could get a cut in November, but I don't really know. We'll see how the weather is. I want to come back over and let's hook onto these windrowers, and then we'll get someone, we'll get a worker windrow in this field, and we're gonna head back over. I've got the forage wagon connected to the other John Deere tractor, or the John Deere tractor rather, and yeah, let's start pulling some. Let's start pulling some freaking hay off this field. I do wish we had a little bit bigger of a forage wagon, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm also not gonna complain. I'm glad we have this one. If something comes up good in the stores on sale, maybe then we would get something. But other than that, it's kind of at the bottom of our priority list of buying stuff because this one does work just fine. It just doesn't hold. I mean, it still holds quite a bit. It's just going to be a lot of trips back and forth. But another thing that we can do that I just kept forgetting about, I don't know why, but we can fill that silage fermenter as well. We can fill that up, which we probably should, to get some silage fermenting in that. Yeah, maybe we could do that too, because we'll have that grass field over there windrowed. Yeah, we'll see. We don't really have to use that thing. We could always use it in the future if we want, but I think it'd be better just to do bales, because since we have, this is like basically the only trailer that we have. I guess if we could by chance get lucky and get another trailer in the stores, or maybe that'll be just kind of the thing that we purchase. I probably shouldn't have put that right in the way. That's okay though. All right, let's dump some hay into the hayloft, and then we've got about another 20 trips to do, and then we'll have this hayloft filled right up, pretty hay filled up. What I guess I should also do too is I'll put some in the barn. Maybe I'll do that on the next kind of round. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do real quick, just because. You know what? Actually, we'll wait. We'll do it after. Let's head back over and let's keep filling up this forage wagon, and yeah, let's get this hayloft filled right up. Okay, I want to just go. I want to go back up. I gotta keep catching where I left off here. But yeah, we gotta get the hayloft filled, and I can't forget to put some in the animal pen. And then, you know what? Holy, I almost missed that there. Before we go over and start baling that other field, I might go look in the. I might go look and just see what kind of animals we can get. But yeah, let's focus on getting this field cleared off first, and then we'll go from there. Okay, we're done. I mean, there's a couple little weird patches that are sitting out there, but I'm not gonna bother going back to get those. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this trailer full into the barn, but I just wanted to I wanted to scoop this all up, and I just want to check the hayloft real quick, just to see how much we ended up getting off that field. I was like kind of keeping track, and then yeah, I kind of did. So I'm just gonna park this right here for now. It's all about. Let's run over to the hayloft. 128,000, almost 129,000 liters, and then we got like 7,600 in here. So like 130, 137,000 liters off that field, which is just going to be a good number to remember. So we'll just for easy numbers remember 130. All right, let's dump this hay in here. Well, remember 130 because there'll come a point where we're gonna have a bunch of cattle and they're gonna be eating a bunch of food, and we're gonna have to like kind of gauge how much food we're going through each month, and so that way we'll know how much we have to stockpile through the winter. Okay, I'm just gonna get out of this barn real quick and maybe park this forage wagon. The worker that's doing the windrows over on the big field should be, and they should be done. Or they're dangerously close to being done. It looks like they're going to try and go back and get that one little spot. I might just stop them there. Yeah, I'll just stop them there. I think they're going to try and go through and windrow this little section here. That's not the end of the world. We can always just catch that with the baler if we want, or we can just leave it behind. Doesn't really matter. Okay, let's fold up these windrows, and we'll head over and we'll park them kind of by the shed, kind of behind the house here. Let's zoom down in here. Yeah, these actually won't fit in the shed. It'd be nice if they did, but they don't. Tried to back them in there before. Oh. But with my backing up skills, I probably wouldn't have been able to snake them in there anyways, but they're too tall. So there we go. That'll be just fine right there. Now I just want to pull around here real quick. And I'm going to pressure wash this mower, these sets of mowers, and I'm going to get them out of the way. Let's hop out here. Yeah, let's get these washed off, and then we can kind of park them away for the winter. So 130,000 liters of hay off that one field. Another thing I'd like to do is I would like to try on our next, round, is to see if we leave it for one more day of growth cycle. So we harvested it on the first day that it said it was ready to harvest, but I want to see if you get a better yield if you wait to the second day. Like if we would have harvested it in October, I wonder if it would have been better. Okay. Nice. Still a little dirty in here. We'll just say that that's from our wet boots from pressure washing. It's not that big a deal. Okay, let's park this away. And yeah, we'll just back this in. At some point it would be nice to build a decent little shed here or something. Maybe one day in the future we'll get some of this garbage cleaned up and build something nice in there. But for now, that works just fine. Okay, I want to just pull over here real quick, shut this guy off. Let's jump out and let's go see. I want to look at contracts. Harvesting, no. Hoeing, like, see, these just keep coming up. This one's 8 grand. This is 2 grand. Like, God, I hope we could get a set of these cheap on the sales, and then have them to go do contracts like that. Like this field, it really wouldn't be that bad. It's 11 acres, 12 acres, so it's basically the size of our big field. And with these things, 12 and a half meters wide, going 15 miles an hour, like you would make short work of that. That'd be a quick 8 grand. Uh, Plow for 2,000. Weeding. The thing though is I don't think you can weed. Those things are technically weeders, these hoeing units, but I don't think you can actually use them on a weeding contract. Um, Part of me just wants to accept this just to. You know what? I am going to accept this just because it's an extra 3 grand and we're going to need all the money that we can get because. All right, let's go through here and let's go. So now the Brown Swiss and the Holsteins, they will give us dairy. I don't think the Angus will, and I don't know limousine. Is that how you say it? Like a limousine? Limousine? I don't know. Don't make fun of me. I don't know. But I don't know if these will produce milk. I don't think so. These Angus are just so expensive. Okay, let's get. How much is 10 of these? It's 12 grand. If they're at 18 months, which means they can start producing. So if we got, let's get 10 of these. Okay. And we'll get 10 of these. Okay. We'll get two calves of each as well. Get some little guys out there. Okay. Okay. There we go. We officially have cattle. Let's go take a look at them. Where are they at? There we go. Sleeping on the job. Yeah, come on now. How we doing? All right. No worries. You go off and explore. Some homies over here. What's up, partner? How you doing? Yeah. Just taking 5. Yeah, that's good. Take a serious 5. We'll get some fresh hay. What? Just kidding. Get some fresh hay in the barn. Where are the little ones at? I mean, we bought 20 of these things, did we not? All right, well, maybe they're in the barn. I mean, there is food in the barn. That's where I would be. All right, who knows? Who knows where they're at? It doesn't matter. Okay, so what do we got for food in here? 7,600 liters. Obviously, there's no milk. We don't have any straw. They haven't produced any slurry. Their health is 0%. But I think that's just because they were just in there. After a month, they'll probably be ready to go. So, okay, since we took that plowing contract, and I'm not really going to need both tractors around here, I think what I'm going to do is go hook onto the plow. And I might set a worker to do that field real quick just to make some extra cash. And then we will go start baling. We'll go start baling. Okay, let's hook onto this. What field are we going to again? 17. Now, where's field 17? Okay, just up the road. You know what? We're right here. I know I'm weird about fueling up with, or getting fueled up, but I've run out of fuel before, and it sucks. It's always like when I'm like far away, and I don't know if I have any. I don't know if I have any like diesel can mods installed. Not too sure. Just don't want to run out of fuel. Definitely got to watch the maintenance as well on these tractors, so nothing breaks down on us. Yeah, like for buying 20 cattle, I really don't. Oh, there's some down over here. Okay, they're all out here. There's little calves. Nice. They're just giving her. Yeah, here's the team. They're out by the highway. Okay, off we go. Off we go. Whew. We got a lot of baling to do on that field. That's going to take a little while to do that baling, but I can't wait to see how many bales we get off there. Final guesses? No? Final guesses? You think we'll get around the 60 to 70? ish. I think we could probably be getting around 70, 80 bales maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'm way out to lunch. That's probably more realistic. Okay, let's set the cruise here. Yeah, we're almost right where we need to be. This should go relatively quickly. I wonder what size of field this is. Well, it's got to be pretty small. It's definitely a weird shaped field. Oh yeah, this should go pretty quick. All right, set a worker on that. And let's go hook up to this baler and let's get baling. Actually, what I'm going to do quick here is I'm going to go grab the bale wrapper as well, and I'll bring it back over here just so it's here. So I'll do that quick. I'll be back in 1 sec. Okay, I grabbed the bale wrapper and I just brought it over here so I have it, so I don't have to run back over when the time comes. But I'm just kind of looking at everything, and I think probably what I'm gonna do is end this episode here. Now, don't worry, I wouldn't bale this field without you guys, and I definitely wouldn't pick up any of the bales until we know exactly how many we got off there. But I think we'll have to leave that for next episode, just because this one's getting a little bit long, and this is going to take a while. This is going to be quite a chore by the time we bale, wrap, pull everything off, and just kind of get everything squared away. So I think that's what we'll do. I think for right now we'll just end the episode here, and we'll bale this field on the next episode. So thanks again for watching. You know, like always, I appreciate you guys sticking with me in these series, especially if you stuck with me till the end of this episode. Thank you very much. I appreciate it a lot. If you haven't done so already, I would really appreciate it if you could hit the like button, hit the sub button, you know, all that stuff. It's the standard stuff, but it really does help quite a bit. Like the more people that I can get interacting, and that's why I always want you guys to comment. Let me know. You can comment anything. Let me know how your day was going. You know, even if you had a bad day, let me know what's going on. Let me know what you think of the series. Give me some tips and tricks in the comments section. I've played this game quite a bit, but I've still learned stuff all the time about it and figure stuff out. So I appreciate any tips and tricks that people have or insights to the game. And yeah, let me know what you think about the series. Anything. I don't mind feedback of it all. If you hate how long these episodes are, if you think they're a good length, if you hate the time lapses, if you like them, let me know everything. I'm open to all criticism, that's for sure. But thank you guys so much again for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next episode. We will get this field baled. We'll get it wrapped, and yeah, we've got animals now. Like we literally have a dairy farm. Right? They got to produce some more. They got to produce some milk, but we got a dairy farm, so we're doing it. We are doing it. All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks.